Well, good afternoon, viewers. Good afternoon. And here we are on another wet day. And it's going to be wet for the next week. From what the forecast shows. It has slowed down the rain now, and the wind has kind of gone away. But this morning when you looked out, the wind, or the rain was going sideways, like a snowstorm. Anyway, today we're going to talk about tire chains. And, oh yes, look at the snow blower. All nice and shiny. We did that yesterday. So I did all that, all that snow blower, and within an hour it was all dry. So, that's great stuff, that trim clad clear paint. Yeah, we'll have a look at the weather here. Not that we want to, I don't think, but anyway, we'll look. 7 degrees Celsius at the moment, and 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Excuse me. Wind is north at 17 miles an hour, so the wind has gone down quite a bit since this morning. Now look at that, our forecast. Look, rain. Right till next Thursday. And the temperatures are above freezing, but you can kind of see there, it's kind of getting close to the 0 degrees Celsius mark, so if it gets too far down, then that'll be snow. Anyway, today's topic is tire change. I'm no expert on tire change. And I like using them, but some people, depending on what they have for driveways, they can scratch up pavement and concrete. But they do work on snow and some ice. Now, if you got the chains that had the V bars on them here, some of them come with V bars, so they stick up like that. They dig into the ice pretty good, those ones. But they're even worse for marking up your driveway. And if you happen to trailer your tractor and you have a metal ramp on your trailer, the chains and the metal ramp don't have too much traction together, so you have to watch that you don't slip and slide off. And the same thing if you're using a wood plank for getting up on. Wood is, when wet, wood is, and chains don't get along either, so. Anyway, this could be just a short little video today, I think, and we'll get the fire going. I was out this morning and got myself new glasses, so I might be able to see better, or the females might come running to me or something like that, So what I've got here is today I started putting the chains back on Kablooey here after I have finished the blower there yesterday. So these chains, if I can get over here, I don't believe they're factory made. I don't believe. Yeah, and the fellow I got these from, I think he made them. So you can kind of see here, this link was cut, placed around that link, and then re-welded. So he spent a lot of time to do that. Anyway, and they're really a little too big. There should be a smaller type of chain. And you can see this that I have in the center, I put that in. But because these are so big, when you're driving along, it's just going bump, 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 and it makes for quite a rough ride. So I kind of stuck those in the center to kind of take some of that roughness out of it. Now I can't remember if it works or not, but anyway, what really should be done is another chain go from here across. So these are what they call 4-link chains, and the better ones are the 2-link. They go every second link. So there's always more chain on the ground, so there's less of that bump, 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 and you would use smaller chain than that. These chains came with that John Deere snowblower when I bought it. He had them on his John Deere tractor. So anyway, all the tire sizes are basically the same, so I just put them on here. Now, I don't really like these chains, and I had been kind of looking to buy a set of chains. If I could find a reasonable used set, that's what I would do, because I really don't like these. But they'll work, and I guess that's what I've got. So it took some time. I could make links to go across here. I'd need, what do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think. I'd need 10 more cross chains, and then I could fill those gaps in. Anyway, so I'm going to try and get them on today. There's another one over there, and they're fairly loose at the moment. So I've got this bungee cord here that I'm going to try and that's not an ideal thing either. But try and tighten them up a little bit. Don't want them zinging tight, that's for sure. I remember the old road graders that they used to plow the roads with. They would cut up inner tubes and use them. They'd strap them across and tie them together and keep the chains tight. So these chains back here on the case here, sit down from one chair to the next. These work perfect. They fit perfect, and they work great. And they are not by any means tight to the tire. Now, in my opinion, is you shouldn't have them zinging tight to the tire. You get better traction if you have looser chains, like that. And that's again just my opinion. I'm no expert, but it's kind of like you need flex in your drive system to get traction. Lower tire pressure is better than a hard tire pressure. Loose chains is better than tight chains, and that's it's just what I think anyway. I'm sure there's other people think the opposite. These chains over here are the same as those chains. But because of the different type of tire, the turf tire is more of a squarer type of tire, and the ag tires are more of a rounded type of tire. So the shoulder is down further on an ag tire because you don't have any edge there like those. So they tend to be looser on an ag tire, so you gotta tighten them up a bit so that they don't walk around on you. Now these aren't real tight. They're tighter than what's over on the other tractor. All that's on here is the springs to hold it in place. But what I was having trouble with on this one was that the tire chains would wander. In other words, this would start to come up here, and this would start to come up here, and then it's got the chains are kind of off the tires on. So I'm not sure why that does that, other than maybe because of the style of the tire. And I've never had that trouble on that style of tire. So these tires that are on this tractor and that tractor are the same. So I've got to, anyway, I'm going to get to that today, hopefully, and see if I can get them on, and then the next project will be the wake box on the back. But I've got to get these lined up and get them straightened around. That chain I put in the middle is kind of, just a half, you know what, fix, I guess. Anyway, I'll see what I'm going to do with that. The best thing to do would be to put more cross braces or cross chains on. Anyway, yeah, I remember the old road graders going with the chains on, and they don't do that anymore because they've got the soft, flexible tires on the graders nowadays, where they don't need chains. But yeah, I remember the old graders going down the road, and the poor old chains with the centrifugal force, the weight of the chain would be up, and you could see them right off the tires as they're going. And anyway, the old graders had great traction. So I don't have chains on that one. I could put them on, I suppose, but I don't have a whole lot of room there between the tire and the fender. And the other thing with ag tires is sometimes the chain will go in between on the ag tire, set in where they don't do any good. They'll come up here and get fetched up in here, and they're not necessarily grabbing nothing here. So anyway, if they do stay the way they're supposed to, then you've got this pressure, or this part of the chain is getting all the pressure put onto it to dig into the snow and the ice. Whereas this one, it's kind of the same, but it tends to get more of the chain on the snow and the ice. So I don't know which would really be better. I kind of think that one over there would be better because it's got more pressure on that little smaller amount of chain, I think. So it would push into the snow and the ice more. But these do work, that's good. The chains that I have on the other case that the loader is going to go on to someday, they fit well also. They were just the same as this kind of a chain, but there are only 2-link chain here and here. As you can see, these are 4-link, I should say, 4-link chain, and these ones are the 2-link chains. Anyway, what else was I going to say about chains? Oh yes, the other tractor up here, it's got chains on it. This tractor here, I can get a chains on that tire there, on that cab tractor there. Those chains have been on there for the 20 years we've had it. I've had to fix it a few times, but so as you can see, the chains on that tire are kind of falling down in between the lug of the tire, but they have the one centerpiece that's right out on top, and that's putting a lot of pressure onto the snow and onto the ice, that little section of chain. And the tires are still grabbing some too, that's for sure. So anyway, that's just a little thought on chains today. Any of you use chains? Let me know what you think or what you do, or do a video on how your chains are put on, or what you think of them to use and things like that. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but the MF14, the Massey Ferguson 14 tractor that's got the blade on the front of it has got chains like this on it. And they don't have any cross bracing here either, I don't think. And they work fine. And they are mounted on a set of tires like what's on the John Deere. They're just narrower. We don't have any chains for my son's compact Ford tractor, but then again it's four-wheel drive, so it's not quite so bad. We do have a set of chains for the old Ferguson tractor, but we've never put them on. No, not yet anyway. So I guess the chains would also add maybe about 10 pounds of weight, maybe. It depends on the 5 to 10 pounds, I suppose, per tire. Anyway, I guess that's going to be my rambling video for today on chains. Like I say, if you got any thoughts on it, put it in the comments. I sure like commenting back and forth, and maybe getting new ideas and all that kind of stuff. It's a great way to learn on this YouTube. One fellow has an idea, and we all can learn from it. And I got a couple of new subscribers too. Thanks very much, subscribers. That's great. And thanks to everybody that watches and puts up with my rambling and goings on. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Have a great day wherever you're at and whatever you're doing. And we'll see you again soon.